I am so excited. Today we're making a bobble stitch pouch. Welcome or welcome back to Lucky Day Crochet. This is my A to Z stitch series, and this week we are on letter B and we're doing the bobble stitch. I spun my little spinner and it landed on pouch, which I'm so excited about because I've been seeing these bobble stitch bags everywhere. I think they're so cute, so this was perfect. I've never used the bobble stitch before, but I think it's super cute, so I'm really excited. First, I'm going to give you a little tutorial for this bobble stitch pouch, and at the end I'll give you my thoughts on the stitch, but let's jump in. Alrighty, so to begin we're going to make a slip knot and chain any odd number of chains plus 1, and the plus 1 is for our turning chain, which does not count as a stitch here or throughout the rest of the pattern. Or another way to think about it is if you want to have 5 bobbles, then do 5 times 2 plus 2. I want to have 7 bobbles, and so 7 times 2, 14, plus 2, 16. So I've chained my 15, and now I'm chaining my plus 1 for the turning chain, and we are going to be working in the back bumps of the chain. So turn your chain over and then skip the first chain and make a single crochet in the second chain from the hook. And for this first row, we are just going to single crochet in every back bump across the row. So go ahead and do that, and I will meet you at the end. Alrighty, and so once you've reached the end, go ahead and chain 1 and turn your work around. And like I said, our turning chain does not count as a stitch. And so for row 2, we are going to start the row off with a single crochet in the first stitch. And then in the next stitch, we're going to make our first bobble. So the bobble looks complicated, but it's actually super easy. We are going to make 5 halfway completed double crochets. And so yarn over and insert your hook into the stitch, yarn over, pull through. And so now you should have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through the first 2, and that's it. Now we're going to repeat that 4 more times, just making halfway completed double crochets. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over and pull the loop through the stitch, yarn over again and pull through the first 2 stitches. And so you're going to repeat this until you have 6 loops on your hook. Alrighty, and so here are my 6 loops on my hook, and now I'm going to yarn over and pull through all 6 loops. And that's it. That's our first bobble completed. And the bobble is always sandwiched between single crochets. And so in our next stitch, go ahead and work 1 single crochet. And now go ahead and make another bobble. And you are just going to continue alternating making single crochets and bobbles until you reach the end. And your last stitch is going to be a single crochet. So I will meet you at the end, and then we'll move on to the next row. Alrighty, row 3, super duper easy. We are just going to chain 1, turn our work, and then work 1 single crochet in every stitch across the row. So super easy. Just skip the turning chain as always and work 1 single crochet in every stitch. And after this, you're just going to be following a 2-row repeat, doing a row of single crochet and then a row with bobbles. And just keep going until you're happy with the height. The only thing that you need to know is that you'll want to have an even amount of bobble rows, and you're going to end with a row of single crochet. So I'm going to keep going, and then I'll meet you at the end. Alrighty, so here's mine. I did 12 rows of bobbles, so it'll be 6 rows on each side of the pouch. So once you're happy with yours, go ahead and chain 1 and fasten off and get ready to seam up the sides. Start by folding it in half with the bobbles on the inside. Make sure it's all nice and lined up. We're going to start in the last stitches and then work our way down the sides. So right now it looks like we're looking at a bunch of little squares, right? It'll make our job way easier because we're going to work 2 slip stitches across each one all the way down to the bottom. So go ahead and make a slip knot and pop that on your hook. Start on either side of your pouch and insert your hook under both loops of each stitch at the end of the row in the front and the back and make a slip stitch. And now we're moving on to the side. So you can see that there's a bit of a gap here. We're going to insert into that spot first. Make sure to do it in the front and the back. And then just make your slip stitch. And then next, we're going to move on to this little smaller hole. Insert your hook into that in the front and the back and make another slip stitch. And just continue down the row, slip stitching into the big gap and then the smaller hole, and I'll meet you at the end. Alrighty, so once you've made your final slip stitches, we're going to do one more slip stitch into the same space on just the back side. So go ahead and do that, and it's just going to make this a little bit more secure, make it so that there's no hole at the very bottom. And so then you can go ahead and chain one and fasten off. Then repeat all of that on the other side, starting at the top and working your way down. Awesome possum! Now we're gonna weave in our ends. Just do it the normal way, weave on the inside of the pouch through nearby stitches until it's all hidden. And now you can go ahead and flip it the right way out. You'll probably need to pop the corners out, but how cute is this looking? Our final step is going to be adding ties to close it. So grab a couple stitch markers and we're just going to count from the inside until we find the middle stitch and do that on each side and just place a stitch marker in that spot. All right, so we're going to do this a very simple way. We're just going to pop a slip knot on our hook, remove the first stitch marker and make a slip stitch in that spot. Then just chain around 20, 25, or until you're happy with the length. And then fasten off, pull the tail to secure it, and repeat on the other side. Here they are, adorable. Now we're gonna weave in these ends. Weave on the inside of the pouch through nearby stitches. So cute. I personally love it with the chains tucked on the inside. I would usually never use this word, but this pouch just looks charming. So lovely and charming. Alrighty, and so now some final thoughts. I'm rating all of the stitches in this series in 3 categories: easiness of the stitch, versatility, and how cute I think it is, as well as whether I'd reuse or retire it. So easiness, this was super easy to pick up. My only complaint is not skill-based, but that it's a major yarn eater. I wasn't expecting that. I feel like I used almost half of my skein on this tiny little pouch, but super easy to pick up and honestly a pretty fun stitch to do. Versatility, it is really thick and stiff, and I would personally only use this for bags, pouches, cases, and stuff like that. Maybe a blanket, but I also can't imagine how much yarn that would take. So, and cuteness, I think this is super cute. Like I said, very charming, very lovely. I'm honestly obsessed with this. Reuse or retire, I am definitely going to reuse this at some point. But that was it. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope that this has inspired you to try out some new stitches, or maybe you followed along to make your own pouch. Either way, I really hope that you enjoyed it. Definitely check back next week for letter C. I'm really excited for it. But thanks again, and as always, happy crocheting and stay lucky. Bye!